All right. So look what just came out. So let's check it out. I can't scroll. There we go. Hello again. It's been a while since we had an OTA update. Which is why we're going to be a little heavy-handed with this week's adjustments and provide a variety of changes in different areas of the metagame. We really value keeping things fresh and interesting, and view Marble Snap itself as a puzzle to be solved every couple weeks. We've also modified the format of these notes slightly to more directly emphasize the changes we're making. Let's dive right in. All right, bounce nerfs. Oh, good, because I think bounce is a little too OP. Let's begin by addressing the Beast Falcon in the room. It's no secret that Bounce has been one of the top decks in the metagame for the last few weeks. We actually feel Bounce is the undisputed best deck because its matchup spread has a startlingly high number of less than 60% matchups, and many of its cards top win percentage charts when not drawn, indicating the deck is winning with a variety of card combinations. The skill edge the deck offers, possibly the largest in the game, also means that the edge can increase for the most practiced Bounce players. So we're going to hit the deck firmly. Furthermore, the strongest shell in the deck is relatively transferable. You don't need to be playing the Beast Falcon game to have a very strong deck. That means we're going to target cards that get shared across other versions of the archetype. Kitty Pryde. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so originally she was an 1/0. When this returns to your hand, +2 power, return to the start of each turn. She's now going to be a 1/0, +2 on return. What? To a 1/2 +1 on return? What? She's going to start as a 1/2? Is that what you mean? I'm confused. Kitty is the best performing card in all Bounce decks, so she's an ideal candidate to target. Her strength has even warped how other decks approach the matchup, pushing combinations like Invisible Woman and Killmonger into the metagame. This adjustment will lower her ceiling substantially. We see Kitty pretty commonly making it to 8 power, and in that scenario she'd now have only 6. That's definitely a nerf. But the change does raise her floor, adding power or saving you energy when drawn on turn 5 or 6. I'm confused. I'm very fucking confused. Hit Monkey! Like, I'm annoyed, because it's a Season Pass card. You gotta stop fucking hitting the Season Pass cards. We paid for that shit. That's stupid. Give us compensation. If you have a card that has been nerfed, you should get compensation. Even just a little bit. And it's gonna add up. Give me like 100 tokens. Or 50, since it's so fucking much to you guys. So I'm confused here. I think it would be easier if we saw the fucking card. Okay, so yeah. So they meant that... Why did they write this twice? You know what I mean? So they meant that she's a 1/2 that now gets +1 each turn. So... That seems really fucking bad. Which, by the way, Alyssa, you got a nerf. So, 1/2 +1 each. If you're playing her every turn, she's a 6 cost card, right? Which means every turn you're getting +1. That makes her only what, a 6/7? Is that correct? Is that correct? They should just fucking change her so that she shifts through the walls. That's her fucking power anyway. No, she'd be a... Yeah, she would be a 6/7. Right? Because she can't return on the first turn, so you'd play her. It'd be +5. Wow, she's dog shit now. Okay, let's keep going. Hit Monkey. On reveal, gain +2 power for each card you played this turn. Right, we know that. He's a 2/0. Now he's going to be a 3/2. The next strongest card in Bounce has been Hit Monkey, so we're tagging a nerf onto him as well. We're adding... I'm trying not to see what's down there. I didn't read it. Oh, I saw it, so I can see. Yep. You can't see what I can see. We're adding an energy to Hit Monkey for a few reasons. The first is just to weaken him. Very often, you'd spend that energy to play a 1 cost on the last turn, which would itself have 2 or more power in addition to the buff it gave Hit Monkey. So this is just taking that away. It also makes him much less efficient to play early in the game. mostly eliminating the early hit monkey beast back from more power later on. We chose this execution rather than something weirder like -2 power or buffing +1 power by adding some base power because it's more elegant. I gotta say, all of the adjustments just feel so weird. Like, I think you're doing too much. Oh, well, I can see what Spider-Ham is on this. Oh. We don't have Hit Monkey. So, let's pop this up real quick. That's what we're looking at now. Is there... Hold on. Okay, so there's nothing going on here, so we're just going to shrink this. Alright, that seems better. So have this gap so it's blocking out the next one so we can only see them one at a time. +2 power for each other card you play this turn. 3/2. I honestly, I don't know how to feel about that one yet. I guess we'll have to see it in practice and see if it really makes him that much worse. It feels bad. Seems bad. I don't know. I guess it was a really, really good deck, but I didn't really have that many problems against it. It's like same with Haivo. It's like, oh, it's the best, so we have to make it bad. And it's like, no. Just, you know. Your deck should be better than. I don't fucking know. I feel like buffing other stuff instead of just nerfing the best is way healthier. Because you're going to keep... This might have been somebody's favorite deck. This has got to be somebody's favorite deck. This was Jesus' favorite fucking deck. Now they're not going to want to play it as much. And Jesus already doesn't want to play that much. It's like, you're not helping things. You're making things worse. All right, let's check out the next one. Oh, we're not going to have enough room for all of this anyway. Okay, so the next card is Spider-Ham, who is now going to be a 2/2. On reveal, chance from the highest cost card. Okay, so it's the same thing. Does it still get to see what it does? I think it's still going to get to see what it does, and that's why they made it a 2/2. Spider-Ham's been a generically strong card in a few decks, so it might surprise you to see it lumped in with Bounce here. However, that's the deck where it's seen the most play, and it's also been the third strongest card in that deck. It has a number of reasonable replacements, so this is our smallest change to Bounce, but we have other motivations for changing the card. We're unhappy with the extent of the damage Spider-Ham has done to a few archetypes revolving around cool high-cost cards like She-Hulk, Death, and especially Apocalypse. We'll have a future adjustment down the road to Spider-Ham's behavior that directly addresses that, but for now, you're going to do more? But for now, we're just going to make him a little less efficient and see how much that reduces his play rate. All right, now that Bounce is out of the way, let's move on to buffs. Okay, cool. Sounds good. I would love to see some fucking buffs because I'm tired of this just nerfing so much shit. So Phoenix Force. Boom, 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 boom. Where the fuck would the Phoenix Force be? 5? Is Phoenix Force no longer a 5? Hold on. Hold the phone. Let's really sort by name because I can't fucking find anything. Yeah, they're going to keep changing things. Yeah, I'm bad at this. Hold on. This is the first time I've ever doing a review of these. So this is kind of cool. It's fun. Oh, it's a 4/5 now. I don't know how I feel about that. I thought it was fine. Seems a little weird to buff a season pass card during a season. Like, I guess it's significantly better than nerfing it. Is it the same thing but just changed to a 4/5? It's relatively unusual for us to make changes to a season pass card so soon, but the Phoenix decks have been a lot weaker than we wanted overall. That may be due to the complexity of its deck building in part, but other reason is that we made a relatively late buff to Phoenix, moving it from 5/5 to 5/6. Unfortunately, that ultimately introduced more weakness than strength in multiple man play by making him vulnerable to Shang-Chi. True. Which has been seeing plenty of play as a primary answer to Lockjaw locations and evolved Hulk specifically. This change should heat Phoenix up for more for players in a big way and return multiple man to that sweet spot at 8 power. If it's a little too much gas, we'll look at cooling her down, but keeping the cost at 4. Okay, so what's the new play then? Because it was fuck turn 1, turn 2 multiple man, turn 3 Carnage or Venom, turn 4 Shuri, turn 5 Phoenix. You still could do that and spread it, but this does okay. I think this is good for the deck. Ghost Spider. Oh, okay. It's another one where it's like I wasn't expecting a buff to a season pass card. She's now a 1/2. We were a little gun-shy on the strength of some of our recent move cards, as the deck can be really potent in addition to occasionally melting brains over the sheer number of possible moves you can make. Ghost Spider was one of those cards, and I don't like that I can see with an... champion. Okay, that's cool. And having seen the dust settle, we've decided to push her efficiency a bit. Other than Human Torch, Move isn't a deck historically vulnerable to Killmonger, so this change should ultimately net power for Move players. It also makes her a more interesting potential companion for Phoenix, letting players curve Shuri into Phoenix and Ghost Spider efficiently. Yeah, no, that's really cool. I like that one. All right, so we like 2 of them so far. All right, Living Tribunal. God, how many fucking buffs did we get? Magic? Oh, jeez, I better not be on nerf. Oh, it's a buff, because this is in the list of buffs. Alright, hold on. Living Tribunal. Let's pull this bad boy up over here. And, oh my god! Magic's a 3/2 now? What the fuck? I'm not supposed to see that yet, but, okay. Is it the Living Tribunal, and that's why I can't find it? Yeah, it's the Living Tribunal. 6/6 to a 6/9. Yeah, I think that's good. Living Tribunal has successfully spun up a fringe deck that pushes loads of power, but that deck could use a little lift. That 3 power would be a huge buff to most cards, but for Living Tribunal, it plays a lot more like 1 power. That's true. This change does open Living Tribunal up to Shang-Chi, but his effect being active from any location helps him stay nimble against that threat. If this buff doesn't get him where he wants to go, we'll be back. I think you should just do an 8 just so he doesn't get Shang-Chi. But whatever. Magic. Oh my god. And there's another one after that. Cool. So I didn't see it. Wow. This is probably the coolest one. This might be the coolest. Okay, well, we gotta see what it does first. It's the same. It's just a 3/2. Yo! Ever since the nerf that knocked Magic from her perch, defining the metagame into its deepest recesses, we've been looking for a safe time to reintroduce her at a more aggressive rate, since her fantasy impact on the game are both interesting. This season seemed ideal to do that, with a hot new variant hitting the streets via the season pass. We're actually going to make a small behavior change to Magic in our next patch, restoring her to being playable on turn 6, but disabling just her on reveal in that case. Okay, that's actually really fucking cool. I dropped my phone. It rotated over there. We're debuting this stat change a little early to celebrate her time as a member of the Phoenix 5 in the appropriate season. Fucking bet, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. Good for you, Magic. The Great Web. Oh, come on. Making a list frequent. After each turn, move the 1 card to the web for a random player. Much like Miles Morales himself, players have been getting roped into a larger conflict than they may have bargained for. It's a reference to the movie. For the Great Web, we think the location is pretty interesting and especially enjoy how it factors different cards and archetypes in unique ways, but we're sensitive to the frustration being a little higher than we expected. We have a variety of location rarities, and Great Web was one of our most common. We're changing it up to be one of our more rare locations, using the tier second only to the likes of Ego and Worldship. Yeah, well, Ego is dog shit, so I don't even really like Egos for like lore-wise. That's all for this week. We'll be back on 8/3 with our next regularly scheduled OTA update. All right, so 8/3, I want to check and make sure that that's what I got. Look at my notes. I'm picking the movie night tonight and Marvel Snap OTA. Yeah, that's what I got for my notes. Very good. I like that I figured out their fucking system. So cool. All right, so overall, how do I feel about these changes? Well, Magic, that's awesome. She's gonna be such a cool card now. Like, even better. Living Tribunal, I'm a little worried about that. But I also don't care because I don't run him. Ghost Spider, that's really cool. Phoenix Force, that's really cool. Spider-Ham, we all saw it coming. He was too good. I'm just a little bummed because I didn't get to use him with how he was bullshitty. I did get him in my user 3 account, which is my free-to-play account. And I was using him in Agatha. It was doing pretty well. So I wonder... I could probably just leave it as is. Probably should be fine. We'll see. Hit Monkey... Kitty Pryde. I'm annoyed with the Kitty Pryde one because everyone has Kitty Pryde. I feel like that was a good card to just leave. Really, really good. I don't feel like she was a problem. Dude, Killmonger. You know what I mean? The Hit Monkey one, I think is the most annoying of all these changes. But we'll see. Maybe it's fine. It won't be a big deal. No, I gotta say Kitty Pryde's the most annoying one. It's okay. Let's end on a positive note. Fucking Magic is going to be so cool now. Hold on, let's go over to... She's a 3/2 now. First of all, just the difference, like power. She only lost 1 power, but lost 2 cost. That's huge. When I had... the complaint about Spider-Man during the Spider-Man season, I had so many fucking idiots go on the internet and tell me, no, it's not a nerf, it's a buff because he gained 1 power. But respectively, to the 4 cost to a 5, so it's a 1 and a 1, that's bad. You're only getting 1 more power. It should be at least 2 if you want, like, the accurate curve. You know, otherwise, like, you might as well just play on par cards every single turn, and you're gonna have a 1/1, a 2/2, a 3/3. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want just the 1. That's bad. Otherwise, Sunspot would win every single game every single time. No, he's not good enough. He's really good in certain decks when you use him effectively and stuff. But if you were just doing that, it's not good enough. You're a fucking idiot. Now this, she only lost 1 power. She went down 2 cost, and she's gonna be able to be played on turn 6, even if her effect won't go off. That's really cool. But this means that you can still surprise somebody on turn 5 with Magic. You can just also play another card. Or 2. Or 3 if you got 0 cost cards. Like, wowie, bazowie. This is pretty awesome. Go Magic. That's awesome. All right. So, cool. You know. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, comment, like, dislike. You know, give me attention so we can get to... Get to 1,000 subscribers, and I can start making money on this. I think that'd be a lot of fun. All right, thanks.